disconnected.
Hey, it's Kurt from Black Dog Cycle Works. We're out here on the new Africa Twin, doing a little product testing for our new skid plate and various other parts we made. So let's get this thing dirty. We're gonna get up to the top of Baldy Mountain with some technical stuff, nice rock gardens for a while, and head up to the cell tower and see how the skid plate does bouncing off a bunch of boulders. So stick around, we're gonna have some fun with this. So I have disabled the rear ABS to put it more in dirt-oriented mode, and I have changed the traction control from level 3 to 1. Should allow us to spin up a little bit on the corners without getting too crazy. Still trying to get a feel for this bike as we just got it and don't have a lot of seat time on it yet. So we're anxious to see how it does overall. It's definitely heavier than the Super Enduro. Kind of reminds me a lot of the 990 Adventure by KTM. Same wheel sizes, kind of similar weight, similar ergonomics, similar power, but this compliance this suspension seems a lot more compliant than the stock KTM 990 suspension, which tends to really dive in the front end with the slightest amount of brakes. I left the suspension stock for our first trip in the dirt just to kind of see how it does. It is fully adjustable front and rear. So it'll be interesting to play with it a bit and see if we can get the preload and compression and rebound all dialed in a little better. But out of the box, just kind of taking it easy on the dirt, it is not bad at all. You know, we'll have to stiffen the suspension up some to take some of these bigger hits, but right now, just for kind of cruising and feeling the bike out, feels pretty damn good. But the foot pegs are just horrible. I can already tell that the outside of both feet are cramping up a bit just because there's absolutely no support. The foot peg covers probably half of my foot, half of my boot bottom, so there's really not much there to stand on, and the leverage that I'm used to with our platform foot pegs is gone. And really, to control the bike in the dirt, you want as much leverage as you can get through the pegs, and if there's just not much surface there, you give it all up. So I'm glad our prototype pegs will be done next week, and I can see how this thing really steers in the dirt. Because I feel like I'm riding with one foot tied behind my back at this point. And I need to adjust the shifter in a big way because I cannot get my boot under it whatsoever. I gotta say, with slow speed maneuvering, this bike feels really balanced and controllable. The throttle's a little bit snatchy, actually not dissimilar to the KTM 990. It is a little snatchy right off the bottom at first, but it feels well balanced. Got a nice power band on it, good torque off the bottom, and feels pretty smooth. There's definitely vibration in the bars, which is not a huge surprise, I guess, because it's a parallel twin, but the power feels good, really friendly actually. Our first gong off the skid plate. Always love that sound. He was doing his job. Yeah, this thing will get with the program when you get on the gas. Definitely not a lot of waiting around. Slower speeds, revving the RPMs up a bit, and there's good power there. Plenty for these roads. pegs just seem really high, and I put a small bar riser on, but it's definitely not enough. The bars have to come up quite a bit for me to be comfortable. But the power seems real trackable. Suspension seems decent and compliant so far. I think this bike will get you in a lot less trouble. Way different than the KTM 1190 and 1290 that I'm more used to at this point. And the power is significantly better than the BMW F800 we had. This thing is in desperate need of foot pegs. These things are horrible. I can't believe Honda robbed the parts bin for the XR50 to put foot pegs on their big adventure bike. Not only are these pegs small, but they're slippery, which is a really bad combination. As I said, I feel like I have no control over the bike through the foot pegs, which is really bad in the dirt. They are absolutely pathetic. I can feel my feet just having zero support, and basically they just want to fall off the pegs. A little more rugged up here, a few more rocks. Really haven't bottomed the suspension much yet, which tells you it's not bad, even with me on it. I'm about 250 with gear, so I think it's pretty decent. Again, suspension feels really plush, not too soft and not harsh at all. But you can tell it's a heavy bike. At least for that kind of technical riding, you can feel the weight. This is a workout with bad foot pegs, and my bars are way too low. And I'm just putting out way too much energy for this kind of terrain. And what is a big, heavy bike? There's no doubt about it. But being stooped over and not having enough control through my feet, I can really tell a big difference in trying to move this bike around these big ruts and the constant rocks and all that. So I'm going to call it, head back down to a little more fire road work, try that out, hit a few water bars and hit some rocks on the way down, and we're going to call it a day, I think, in about another hour. So talk to you soon. So that pretty much wraps up our first test of the Africa Twin. Hitting some of the dirt roads, going up to the rocky trails towards the cell tower on Baldy Mountain. Definitely put the skid plate through to a good test, banged it off quite a few rocks. I heard that familiar gong that our customers know and love, because they know the skid plate's doing its job. Overall, I gotta say I'm pretty impressed with the Africa Twin. Suspension's good, out of the box. The motor's definitely has good power. They did a few quirky things, and the biggest thing is I got to fix the ergonomics, because the foot pegs are horrible, and I got to get the bars up in the air because it feels very cramped for my 6-foot frame. And with the foot pegs, I just feel like I don't have enough control over the bike for those technical rock climbs like that. That's it for now. Hopefully we'll catch up with you guys soon, and stay tuned for some great products for the Africa Twin from Black Dog Cycle Works. Later.